Divisional Sports Central, we go over an NFL game preview and prediction on the 2022 Divisional round matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Cincinnati Bengals. Huge matchup for both these teams coming up here in the Divisional round. You got the Bengals coming off their first playoff win in 31 years. Huge achievement for this football team, and it's certainly the best team we've seen out of Cincinnati in quite a while. And they're facing off against Tennessee, the number one overall seed in the AFC. This team just got the first round bye, and they're rested up heading into this matchup. Should make for a good one. We'll be going over a full game preview and prediction on this matchup here today. Starting out with your team trends. Tennessee beat Houston in Week 18, 28-25 was the final score there. So obviously all they had to do was win that matchup, and they locked up the number one seed as they did, and they finished out the regular season at 12-5. Also with a 3-game winning streak. So Tennessee down the stretch has actually played fairly well. They've won 4 of their last 5, beat San Francisco in their last 3 games as well. So I mean, this team has played. They also blew out Miami 34-3 in the first week of January. So yeah, Tennessee, they played pretty well down the stretch, and many people have kind of faded the Titans in this playoffs just because of the matchups that we're seeing in the AFC and the seeding. But I mean, Tennessee, don't get me wrong, this is a good football team. I'm not sure if they're the strongest number one seed we've ever seen, but certainly, there's no doubting that the Titans are a good football team. Bengals on the flip side beat Las Vegas 26-19 in the wild card round. So huge win for the Bengals, first playoff win in forever. So, and they ended the longest playoff drought in the NFL there with that game. So yeah, Bengals with Joe Burrow, this team is for real, and I think the Bengals have a very bright future. This team you'll be seeing in a Super Bowl sometime in the next decade for sure. With Joe Burrow on the rise here, he's only getting started with his career, and he's playing outstanding. And this football team is for real. And honestly, I said this going into this playoffs. Watch out for the Bengals. This is a dark horse and a dangerous football team here. Currently 11-7 and a 1-game winning streak as well heading into this matchup. It'll be on Saturday, January 22nd, Nashville, Tennessee. So obviously the AFC runs through Nashville, and your kickoff time is 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Spread's going Titans here by 3.5. So Tennessee is favored here in this matchup. Not by much, though. Over-under is 47. FPI is going Tennessee as well, 59.5%. Series history, Tennessee leads at 40-35-1. Win streak is Cincinnati by 1. And the Bengals have won 3 of the last 5 matchups between these two teams. Some recent matchups, Tennessee beat the Texans 20-25, also beat Miami 34-3. Beat the Niners 20-17, and overall that's an excellent win. The Niners, of course, are a team that now is in the Divisional. They just beat Dallas in the wild card rounds. The Niners are a good football team. They did lose to Pittsburgh 13-19 there. That was a road loss, kind of a tough one there, but they shut out Jacksonville 20-0 as well. And as for Cincinnati, beat the Raiders 26-19. Lost to the Browns 16-21 in the last week of the regular season. Did beat Kansas City. That was a huge win, 34-31. Impressive win, arguably the most impressive win of the season there for the Bengals. Also beat the Ravens by 20 and beat the Broncos by 5. So, we kind of knew this was going to happen. The Bengals down the stretch with Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow, he's a winning quarterback. He knows how to win games, and he certainly has shown that. And obviously, he was injured a lot of last season, so we really didn't get to see Cincinnati's full potential. But, this is his first full season with the Bengals, and you can see this team has got tremendous potential looking into the future. And the Bengals will be a threat in the AFC in the future, that's for sure. So the Bengals, congratulations. This is huge for Cincinnati and their fans. So yeah, huge credit to them. Some key points for this one: Tennessee 12-5 have an advantage with the first round bye. Derrick Henry is a key factor. It looks like he's going to be coming back from what I'm seeing, but obviously will he be 100% is the real question. Derrick Henry's been out for several weeks. It's been a long time since he's played. So for Titans, it's going to be huge to have him back, and hopefully he's back to 100% because Tennessee's going to need it in this game. And Ryan Tannehill, he's a good quarterback, but he's not as quite of an impact player as Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's been an insane football player, the best running back in the league, and so it was really tough on this team to lose him. But overall down the stretch, they've actually done they've done fine without him. But certainly this team is much more dangerous having Derrick Henry in the backfield. Once again, they played overall pretty good down the stretch. Bengals, Joe Burrow, definitely a dangerous football player. We've seen him. He's once again a winning quarterback. He knows how to win games, and that's going to be huge going into this match. He's got 4,600 yards on this season, which is insane stats, especially considering this is only his first season, his first full season as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Coming off a wild card win against the Raiders, that was a big win for them. It was a close one, but they got the win, and the offense continues to dominate. So offensively, this team has been outstanding. Jamar Chase, I mean, how about him? 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. I mean, that duo is going to be dangerous in the future. That is for sure. But that being said, let's get to the prediction here for Tennessee and Cincinnati in the divisional round. I'm going to go Bengals here. 28-24 is my predicted final score. And let me say, if you guys watched my NFL playoff predictions, I actually picked every wild card game right. So I did have this matchup in the divisional, and I picked the Bengals to win in that playoff video before the playoffs even started. So I went Cincinnati from the start. I'm gonna stay on that. I think Cincinnati is, I mean, they're a dangerous football team. Joe Burrow knows how to win. And Tennessee, I mean, they're definitely a good football team, but I'm not quite as confident in them right now. I just don't feel like they've been quite as, I mean, they've gotten some good wins down the stretch, but I feel like I'm just more confident in Cincinnati and how this football team plays. And I mean, down the stretch, they've played excellent, to say the least. I mean, they've improved over the course of the season, I would say. So I mean, this is a football team that's definitely dangerous down the stretch, and I expect them to proceed on to your AFC title game. I'm going to go 55% towards Cincinnati. Over-under is 47, so I'm going to be taking the over as well, and Cincinnati to cover the spread, which is currently 3.5 points towards Tennessee, and I'm going to go 28-24 here. So anyway, let me know your thoughts and comments below on this game, and I appreciate you guys all watching as always. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. Catch you on the next one.